Hello everyone, today we are going through the integrated exercise from your TUC textbook, page 43 to 44. So let's calculate for the first question. So you have to calculate it from your right hand side to your left hand side, and you have to borrow one from the bigger places if you don't have the enough. If you are smaller than below, you have to borrow one from the others. For example, 1 is smaller than 6, so you have to borrow one from 2 so that it can become 11. And you see that 1 here is smaller than 8, so you have to borrow 1 from the 100 place to become 11 in the 10 place. So you can do the calculation here, and you can find out the first answer. That's a 35. And here we come to question 2. Question 2, you see that 4 is bigger than 0, so you just keep 4 here, and 0 is smaller than 3, so you have to borrow 1 from 9 to become 10 here. So you can get the answer here is 774. And you see that 4 is smaller than 5, so you have to borrow it, and you have to add it back. So 14 minus 5 is become to 9. 6 minus 9 is smaller than 9, so you have to borrow it again. So you can get the answer here is 279. And here we come to the question 3. Question 3, you do the addition here. So 9 plus 7. Alright, 9 plus 7 is 16, so add 1 back here. 8 plus 1 plus 1 is 10, so you add 1 back here, and you do the calculation, it will become 606. And you do the subtraction here, 6 minus 2 become 4, and 0 is smaller than 4, so you have to borrow 1 from the 100 place to become 10 in the 10 place. So after you do the calculation, the answer will become 364. And see that in the question 4, we are missing the inner part. So how can we find out this answer? So in the subtraction part, you can use the broad method for you to do the calculation. Alright, so there is the total, and there is combined with 2 things. Alright, so how can we find the total in the subtraction part? At the very beginning here is come to total, and this the number that we're missing here, and also 260 will become a part of the total. So you can add it back as 657, the one that we're missing, and 260. And for the second part here, you have to find out what's the missing part. So you can, after you draw the picture here, you can easy to find out it. So you just do the subtraction, 657 minus 260. Alright, 7 minus 0 becomes 7, 5 minus 6 smaller than 5 is smaller than 6, so you have to borrow 1 from 6 in the 100 place to become 15 here. So the answer will come from 9 and 3. So after you do the calculation and you write it back, the answer will become 397. So after you do the calculation here, you also can do the calculation by subtracting 397 from 657. Alright, to ensure that you get the correct answer. Alright, 7 minus 7 is 0, is not 5 is smaller than 9, borrow 1, so it becomes 6 here, 5 minus 3 is 2. So this answer understand from the question, so you can ensure that you get the correct answer. Okay, so the next part will become the question B. Alright, how can I find out the question B answer? As you see that you can do it one by one, because no matter you do the addition problem or the subtraction problem, you have to start it from the unit place, alright, to the 100 place. So 0 plus 8, you will got the answer here is 0 plus 8, you got the answer is 8. 2 plus something is become to 8. So if you don't know, you can choose a box here. Here is come to the total, and this is a subpart. Alright, and then you can draw here. The total is 8, and 1 is 2. 1 is question mark. What is the question mark here? Alright, question mark you can find out by 8 minus 2. So the answer here should be 6. Okay, and the next part, 1 plus 2 is 3, so you just write it back. Alright. And the next part here, we also missing the part here, so how can we do it? I think it's quite easy for this one. X minus something is become 5, so it will become 3 here. Alright, and then x minus or something becomes something, so you don't know what is the answer here. Alright, but you know that in the 100 place, 3 minus 1 is become 1. Alright, which means that the 3 here should be borrowed to the 10th place. Okay, so after you write it down, so and you have to find out what's the answer here. 18 minus something become the 1 place here, the digit place here. So how can I find out this digit? And see that this number, if it is smaller than 8, so it will become is smaller or equal to 8, it will become 10 or more than 10. So you can write down the number here. So the number in these boxes should be bigger than 8. So the number bigger than 8, the only answer should be 9. Alright, and then you can find out the answer. Alright, for the question 5 to 8, I will leave it in the Google form that attaches in this video. Okay, you can fill in the Google form and you will get back the answer to see whether you know how to do the calculation for these 4 questions. For the question 9a, you have to read the question before you find out the answer. So the 9a asking you the largest 3-digit even number. Alright, so the first thing is largest, the second thing is even number. So you have to do it one by one. Alright, the first thing, find out the largest number. So it should be starting from the largest number to the smaller number. So it's starting from x to 5, x 875. But when you come to the second part is asking you, I need an even number. So what does it mean? Even number, which means that the only even number you can see is 8. Alright, I need an even number, which means that I need to put it at the back. Alright, then you get the answer is 758 for the first one. Okay, for the second one, you form the smallest 3-digit odd number. Alright, so for the smallest one, you have to arrange the number from the smallest to the bigger, right? And then for the second part here is odd number. So the second part here, I need the odd number. So you have 5 and you have 7. So which one you need to pick it up? It's definitely will come to 7. Okay, pick it and put it at the back. Alright, why I don't pick the 5 one? Because if I pick the 5 one here, the number should be the number will be bigger. So I have to pick the 7 instead of 5. The answer will become 587 here. Alright, and then last question 9c, is asking you the difference. Alright, the difference, which means you need to do the subtraction, the minor one. Okay, subtraction between these two numbers. So you have to do subtraction for these two numbers, 758 minus 587, and you do the subtraction one by one and you will get the answer here. Okay, it's 171. For the question 10, the question is asking you how many meter, alright, did Wayne jump. So how many meter here? So you can, after you read the question, you can go back to the information. So what is the information that you need? So one left here is 400, and when complete the distance, which is 120 less than 2 laps. So how many meter here? Which means that it should be there's 2 laps here and 120 meter. less than 2 laps. All right, then you have to find out this one. So you have to find out this one. So what is the distance for this one first? 2 laps. Sorry, so you can read the question. 1 lap on the track is 400, so 2 should be 400 plus 400, which means that it is 800 altogether. Okay, 800 and 120 meters less than 800. So this answer should be 800 minus 120. It becomes 680. For the next one, question 11. So as you see that for this question, you have the red ribbon and the blue ribbon. All right. So before you do the calculation, you have to change the units from the 2 units to the 1 unit. All right. So 1 meter 45 centimeter. If I want to change it back to the centimeters, so 1 meter, which means that you have to add 2 zeros. All right. So 1 meter is 100 and plus 45 centimeter. Okay, the answer will become 145 centimeter. That's for the red ribbon. And the blue ribbon will be 98 centimeter. So the red one will be the longer one. The difference between these two, all right, asking you to do the subtraction. Difference 145 minus 98. So you have to do the calculation by yourself. And 5 become 15, 4 become 3. Do the calculation here, become 7. And 30 minus 9 become 4. Alright, so the answer is 47. Now question 12. So they need to pay how many? Alright, there's 2 people here have a lunch at 11 a.m. So left at 12:45. Alright, so how much they need to pay? So as you see here, the lunch buffet is 150 each. If they're leaving before 1 p.m., they can get a discount for $20. Alright. So you have to read the question. They left at 12:45 p.m., which means that they already left before 1 p.m. So they get a discount. Okay. So what they need to pay is, alright, for each one, 150 minus 20, and then do the calculation. 95 for each one. They have 2 persons. Alright, there's 2 people here. 2 people, how much do they need to pay? Should be 95 for one, so 95 plus 95. Get the answer, 190. For question 13, so you also need to read the question. How much the coupon should be paid? How much they need to pay? So read the question here to find out the need information. If that's buy a cheesecake, alright, and chestnut cake. We have 2 cakes. So for the cheesecake is 125, and then for the next one, the chestnut cake is 30 cheaper than the cheesecake. Alright, then this cake 30 cheaper. So this cake should be 125 cheaper than the cheesecake. Alright, then you have to minus 30, become 95. Then how much should that pay? And then you find out the price for the cheesecakes and also the chestnut cake. And how much should they pay? You have to add these 2 numbers together. So which means that it's 125 plus 125 minus 30. Alright, don't write the 95 here because you skip 1 step. So you can just write it down at the brackets for you to make it clear. Alright, so the answer here will become 220. Alright, so he should pay 220, or you can write it down $220. Alright, should pay $220 $sign 220 or $220. Alright, don't forget the S. That's the end of this video. Thank you for watching it and hope that you learn a lot from the video.